Hey YouTube. Okay, I'm going to talk about Queen Sugar. Okay, we saw part two of the premiere last night. Okay, so it's season two, part two of what of one. Okay, season premiere, part two. Just leave it like that. Okay, Ralph Angel shows up at, and that's the first thing that happens. Okay, so we know that Nova has been trying to put together this fund. It's a fund for people who are arrested, people out there in the South who are arrested and can't afford to pay their bail. So she wants to have a fund where there's money available to them to get them out of jail. Brilliant idea, actually. You would have to be from a certain background to understand how important this is. Maybe one time I was arrested, and my bail was $50, and I didn't know one single solitary soul I can get $50 from. It's a damn shame. I'm sitting up there. I mean, people are in there. It couldn't make bail up. You know, their bail was $50,000, whatever. All I need was $50. I couldn't do it. So. It sounds like a good idea to me. Anyway, so she's putting together this fundraiser, and also she's going around the neighborhood collecting money. So she comes into this barbershop. A lot of brothers on there. You know, that's kind of where black men hang out. It's a barbershop. It's kind of a meeting place. Well, yesterday or last week, yesterday, I talked about how I thought there was something going on with Nova's sexuality, why she seemed to be with these white guys one after another and didn't seem to be very into them. She was not connecting with them. So I thought, well, perhaps she had been abused by a black man in her past, and that's why she wouldn't go there again. Well, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. This is fiction, so fiction, the writer can do whatever they want to do, go wherever they want to go. So in a way, us trying to guess what would happen next, or what the history of something was based on fiction, doesn't make a lot of sense. The writer can take it anywhere he wants to take it. So I don't know if my guess is right or wrong yet. It doesn't mean that it couldn't have happened, but apparently she has had this relationship with this African American barber, the owner of the business. There's energy between them. He wants to get back with her. She's not interested. But she's smiling. She's not hostile towards him. So, for the first time, we see that Charlie has indeed had a relationship with a black male. Apparently more than just a hookup as well. So, more will be revealed there. Okay, next we got Ralph Angel. Okay, Ralph Angel shows up at Darla's job. She works at a car park. You know, she's just still getting herself together. And so, you start off with type work. But she's working. He shows up there and he wants to take her on a date. They never really dated. They met when they were young. I guess when they were very young. And they maybe had a couple of dates then. And then she got pregnant. And then they went into this relationship. Living together, all those things happened. He got in trouble with the law. She got hooked on drugs. But they never really had a season where they were just dating. So he's taken her out on a date. I think Blue's going to attend the date with them, their child. Okay, let me see. We'll get back to Ralph Angel and his family. But right now, Charlie is in the final divorce mediation. So now, they've met several times, her and her husband, ex-husband, or husband, current husband, soon-to-be ex-husband, Davis, to iron out their financial separation. And this was the final one before the divorce, I guess, is put before the judge or decreed. At any rate, this is the final one. She's preparing for that. She hasn't told anybody about it. It's just been her thing. They don't seem to have much disagreement about the money. Davis is not worried about money. But I use YouTube. So I have seen the way some of these athletes end up broke. And a lot of it, a big part of it, is these damn divorces. So even though he must feel like he have unlimited funds right now, you still got to watch your money, man. So anyway, he doesn't seem to have a problem with giving her houses, money, things like that. But in the final decree, he comes up with this idea that he has, that he wants to speak to her privately. So they ask all the attorneys to leave the room. At first, the attorneys balk at this idea, and Charlie doesn't seem to want to talk to him about anything privately. But they agree to do it, and what he drops on her is, she assumes that it's about something about money, him keeping more property or something. But it's actually, he wants joint custody of Micah. They had already agreed that she would have full custody of Micah. He wants joint custody, and she will not go for it. Now, she's a mother. We understand all that. But, they're both his parents. It takes an egg and a sperm, right? So, I don't know that I would think there's anything wrong with him wanting to have joint custody of his son. The boy is 16 years old, right? So they're arguing about what's going to happen in the next 2 years. After 2 years, he's 18. He can go wherever he wants to go. There may be periods when he's with his dad, periods when he's with his mom, but the idea is that he'll be in college. He won't be with either one of them. So I don't know why they should make such a big deal out of this next 2 years. And he should have a relationship with his father. If the father is willing and wanting to have that kind of relationship, and Micah wants it as well, then I don't think she should stand in the way of that. But only my opinion. All right, so she tells him no. So I guess the divorce is delayed again. She was thinking she would come out of that meeting divorced. All right. Back to Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel is trying to plant soybeans on the farm, right? We talked about it yesterday. He needs money to do this. I guess seed is $3,500, something like that. So he needs a little bit of money. He goes to the bank to get the money to get this seed and get this this new planting thing that they do. I don't know farm talk, so forgive me. But he needs to get some money to get this new project of his started. He goes to their banker, and the bank tells them no. The signing has been changed on the account, and you can no longer buy things in your own name. You have to have a co-signer, which would be Charlie. Then there was an incident where in the same account, Nova had went in and taken out $10,000 to bail somebody out of jail, which ties into the bail thing. So they're proactive. She got proactive about the bail and figured out a different way. But at first, she did this. So I don't know if Charlie changed it immediately after that, but he can't get any money without Charlie's permission. It's her money. But it's in a farm account. It's her money set aside for the running of the farm. Okay, so he talks to Remy. Remy is is Charlie's kind of love interest, but they're not getting along totally right now because of the situation with this divorce till it's final. Okay, so Remy suggests that he gets the money from this other agency that helps poor farmers, and they won't have a problem with him being on parole, whatever. So he can do it by himself. He gives this suggestion. So Ralph Angel goes and applies for the money. We'll see what happens with that in a minute. Okay, Davis asked Charlie in custody. Okay. So we talked about Nova and this barbershop man. Okay, so the guy at the barbershop, not only have they dated before or had some kind of relationship before, but he's still very much into her. He wants her still. And she was not at all hostile towards him. So I was just saying just yesterday, I said they're going to have to give Nova some kind of real love interest because the guys, the kind of guys she was sleeping with, and not because of race or whatever, it could have been any color, but she's not into them, and it seems to be a painful thing for her to have relationships with these people. She's totally turned off to them after the sexual encounter. But so this may be her love interest. I don't know. I guess yesterday he'll be black though. I did guess that part. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm part right. Okay. Okay. So there's been a. Okay. Next thing is, we know that Hollywood is out on this. I guess it's a rig. So he works on a boat. Maybe he's does drilling or something like that. Because he's out on a rope on a rig, which I guess is it's a boat, right? And they're one of the waitresses at by his restaurant tells her she's very hesitant. She won't really say what's going on. Something's wrong. But what has happened is there's been an explosion on a rig. I'm just going to assume it's an oil rig. The boat that he's on, Hollywood is on. And at first, she cannot reach him. All she gets is messages on his phone. So she is just devastated. She's distraught. She goes to see the ship come in, the wreckage of the ship come in, right? There's a place where they're on a bus. The workers are on a bus like thing, and they draw it out. They give us drama. Each person coming off of the bus, several of them large with bald heads. So it's always a hint that it's him, but it's not him. So she's still looking around for Hollywood. All right, drama. He wasn't incinerated. He gets off the bus. They have the big hug kind of thing. So they're back together. They're gonna be back together, which is great. I like their relationship. I think it's so cute. Okay. All right, now. What happens next? Okay, I don't know how far they went into explaining the situation with the Berdu family, but there's a scene where Charlie is calling her mother. Now, Charlie, Charlie is very fair, very light-skinned girl. The father, played by Glenn Thurman, was a very dark-skinned man. Nova is a very dark-skinned woman. And Ralph Angel is a very dark-skinned man. One to many people's liking, apparently. they seem to be very much, he's a good-looking guy. But anyway, they all look alike, is my point. Except for Charlie. And Charlie has a different mother. I think they did tell us that early in the last season. Well, I don't know if the woman was dead or anything. They never talked about her again. But she's got a parent that's still alive. I believe Nova's mother is dead, but Charlie's mother is still alive. She tries to call her. I don't know what the situation is, but the mother will not take the call. So she just leaves a message, and of course, now they've introduced that there's the mother. So we'll be soon seeing the mother very soon, I suspect. I don't know if she's going to have mental issues or whatever, or some reason she don't want to talk to her daughter. Okay. So Ralph Angel and Darla are out on their date, and they have Blue with them. So it's a family date. It's just a little, little country restaurant, a little cafe kind of thing, mom and pop kind of cafe kind of thing. But Blue is there, and he's got this doll. I hadn't seen the doll in a while, but I guess because we've been off season, so I don't remember if he was in the last seasons or not, last episodes or not. But he still has his doll he plays with. He's really into this doll. He's named her and all this kind of stuff. And the waiter sees the little boy playing with the doll. And this is just a waiter. They'll know them from Adam. And he says, "Oh, that's your doll?" And the kids, yeah, it's my doll. The waiter says, "You should get a transformer. They're really good." The implication being that you shouldn't be playing with dolls. You should be playing with transformers. Now, where this waiter got the idea that he's supposed to tell somebody else's child, especially a big old man like Blue, like RJ Ralph Angel, what he's supposed to do to make that determination, he's a damn fool. Now, he's lucky that that man didn't get up there and knock the hell out of him, or at least check him very hard. So all Blue's response is, no, get an ice cream cone or ice cream soda or whatever for my son and for the baby, the doll. That's what Blue wanted. Okay. Ralph Angel does not want to tip the man. And Darla says, no, you got to give him something. Now, some people say, well, no, of course he shouldn't get no tip. He insulted the family and all that kind of stuff. But we're dealing with a kid here. I don't know how old Blue is, but he's no more than 10, 19 years old. She made a good point, I think. You have to make an example. That's who all these panhandlers and things out there. A lot of times the people who give them money is because they have their kids with them and they just want to show them generosity, or they have a girl they're trying to impress, something like that. But she's just saying that we should set an example. Let's not be stiffing waiters and things like that. And there are a lot of people who believe very strongly that black people don't tip. So maybe that's a big thing. She understands she's in the working world, low wage working world. She knows how important it is to the people. And the guy didn't mean any harm, kind of thing. It kind of came out of his mouth automatically. Boys with their sports and Power Rangers or whatever. Anyway, so they made that point. I don't think Darla, she kind of snapped at the kid at one point because he's playing all over the chair, but she just wanted to discipline him. So Ralph Angel has had him more than she has. So she's just trying to establish her role as a mother. And I thought it was fine. We don't understand when he's going to separate from his. I thought he's separated from the doll, but whatever. Maybe we'll have other issues later on. Who knows? No, I didn't play with dolls when I was a kid. I did play with sneak and play with the Easy Bake Oven though. Ooh. Okay, Charlie visits Remy. Okay, so Charlie shows up at Remy's house. She's never been there. This is on a day of hers, what she thought would be her final decree or a divorce. He's already expressed he had an attitude because she's not divorced yet, and the bank was still treating them as a couple, and he wasn't convinced that Charlie was totally over him. He believes that she needs to, when she gets a divorce, even then, they shouldn't hop into anything. She should take her time. She didn't want to catch her on a rebound. So he kind of said, well, maybe we should cool it for a while. But she shows up. She's hurting because it is this new request from her ex, Davis. And she shows up at his door. She's never been over there. And it happens to be on the anniversary of his wife's death. Now, his wife was in the military. She stepped on some bomb or something, some kind of way. She was killed, actually, as a reserve. She was in was it Navy or Army, one of the reserves, and she stepped on a bomb or something like that, as if she was killed. So he's never had anybody in the house since then. No woman for sure. So they have some intimacy type thing there. That's nice. That's going to be her man. All right, so that's where it ends. I tried to get out here in 15 minutes. I know y'all don't watch my reviews, so I said, let me talk too much. I was shooting for 18. I made it to 19 minutes. I hope you like it. See you next week. Later.